One of my followers on Instagram, and shout out to Most Hated One for sending me this story. I don't know if I heard about this story or not because it did not happen in the States. It happened in Canada. As you can see, there's been an influx of Canadian stories that's popping up a lot lately, where you have these two individuals right here. On the left is a man by the name of Dafonte Miller, and on the right is a man by the name of Michael Theriault. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Back in 2016, when Dafonte was 19 years old, he was brutally beaten by this man, uh, who was an off-duty Canadian cop. And if you look at the picture, you can notice something is very different about Dafonte's eye, his left eye from his right eye. That's because this Michael Theriault, this savage, beat him so bad that he ruptured his eye to the point where they could not save it, and now he's blind in one eye, and that's basically like I guess you could say like a glass eye that they had to put in the socket. That's how badly he beat him, that he went blind in one eye. It probably was worse than that, but I'll go into that when I read the article. But what's even worse about this whole thing is after 4 years, because like I said, it happened back in 2016, they only came to the conclusion that Michael Theriault will only serve 9 months in jail, meaning he's going to do less than a year, if that, because they might end up shaving time off of his sentencing. But I don't know all the details because, like I said, this story is fairly new to me, and the only reason it's popping up now is because he just got sentenced recently. So you gotta think, it took him 4 years to come to that conclusion. Let's get into it. On Thursday, November 5th, the Toronto police officer or terrorist who assaulted a black teen while off duty in 2016 was sentenced to jail by the Ontario Superior Court. Michael Theriault was sentenced to 9 months in jail by Ontario Superior Court Justice Joseph DeLuca for assaulting Dafonte Miller while off duty in December 2016. Miller was 19 at the time. DeLuca said Theriault's training and position as a police officer made his offense more serious. There are conflicting accounts of the events that led to the beating that night. One of Miller's friends, Bradley Good, told the court that he, Miller, and a mutual friend named Antonio Jack were stealing items from cars on the night in question. Theriault's defense said the officer and his brother Christian Theriault were trying to arrest Miller, but catching him stealing from the family truck. But Jack told the court he, Miller, and Good were walking down the street when Miller raised his voice as if he were in an argument. 2 or 3 white males came out of a garage and they started chasing us, Jack testified. Ultimately, Miller was beaten by Theriault so severely that his eye ruptured and had to be removed. He was beaten by a 3-foot long metal pipe found at the scene, but a pathologist said the eye injury was likely caused by a punch. His eye had to be removed. Miller was handcuffed as he lay on the ground after being pinned down by one of the brothers. I don't want to believe that a punch simply caused a ruptured eye unless he was hitting him very, very hard in that socket. Now that pipe one, I could almost believe more than anything. But it sounds like to me they were just trying to find a way to excuse this man or this individual for what he did. Because notice that they keep focused on the part where they said that he and his 3 friends were stealing, allegedly. Notice they didn't say allegedly, but I'm going to use it here. Allegedly was stealing, and they're trying to put this Michael Theriault into the position of him trying to defend property. But this guy look at it. Look at his eye. Like, he went in, and they say he was off duty while he did this. So he probably felt well within his rights to actually really go in as a citizen. And that's probably why they only gave him 9 months, because he was off duty. If he was on duty, who knows what they would have probably did. The only shocking thing about this whole story is the fact that he got 9 months. Because over here in the States, they probably would have let him walk. Honestly, they may have given him some kind of a fine to pay if he even had to pay a fine, or probation if he had to even get probation. But that is crazy. Beat this man so bad he ruptured his eye that he lost it. And all he got was 9 months in jail. If he even, like I said, if he even gets that. And why does it sound like one of his friends, the Dafonte Miller, why does it sound like one of his friends threw him under the bus? Let me go back and read that part again. It says, one of Miller's friends, Bradley Good, told the court that he, Miller, and a mutual friend named Antonio Jack were stealing items from the cars the night in question. Well, damn. And see, what the court took into consideration was the testifying from his friends with the whole alleged stealing. Even with all that, it's still kind of shocking that he still got jail time. And as much as he did, but he should, in my opinion, get way more than 9 months. And I don't know how they handle everything over in Canada. Maybe I have some Canadian followers who can let me know if they've heard of this story. Because like I said, this is my first time ever hearing about this story. But that's crazy. Beat this man so bad that he lost his eye. And he was only 19 at the time. He was only 19, which means he's, 23 now? That's crazy. And they're just now sentencing him almost exactly 4 years since the incident. I'm trying to figure out, why did it take 4 years to come to this conclusion? And where has he been for the last 4 years is the next question I would have. Like, was he still working as a cop since the incident? Or was he on some kind of administrative leave just collecting a check? Because that's what happened with Daniel Pantaleo, the one who killed Eric Garner. He was basically collecting a check while doing minimal work until they finally fired him last year. But yeah, that's crazy. But like I said, people keep thinking that it's safer over in Canada. Canada has that, what you call that soft racism over there, where you barely hear about it or they keep it under wraps. But it's there. It's there. It's just not completely out in the open like it is here in the States. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments about this story.